But before high school, when did you start singing? Because I saw somewhere you say you started singing when you were not yet born.
Oh, yeah. In my mother's womb, we used to go, Mama,
And was everything people saying about you at that point because you were this Christian person engaging with the secular life?
There was even a radio show that they were discussing me until I got there. Then I realized, you know what? They need my skill. Tell them you sing well, you don't sing well. I was able to do that. Today, as I speak, by the time I was leaving Tusker Project Fame, the people who are on my environs were not secular people, but Christians. I believe in transformation. You could do one thing that could look so secular, but eventually become something for the sake of Christ. Wazazi ambao wanakataza watoto kufanya music, you're closing out 67 opportunities. Set them and you'll be surprised. And a blah, 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 blah. I am a black woman. You trust who? Trust a black woman. We're strong. We're creative. We are beautiful because black don't crack. Imani itakupeleka mbali. Lakini usiwe mtu wa give up. People who give up have conversations that kill the heart. Never give up. Just do you and involve God. He will bring the right people at the right time.
We touch, we break, make it seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate.
Midea TV, spilling the tea, setting the trends.
Hi Midea Digital Media viewer, hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to yet another episode of Midea Digital Media Boss Lady Edition. And the person I'm having on the bench today is a real boss lady. If I mention her name, whatever will come to your mind first is music. She is a legendary icon in the music industry, a vocal coach, a composer, and she says, provided you can talk, you can sing. We are going to see if this is real because there are people who sing and you are like, nani alikwambia unaweza imba? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me present to you Hellen Mtawali.
Asante sana. Nilimwambia si Hellen Mtawali peke yake. I'm a whole kingdom. Hellen Olivia Akotomolo. Nyaka. Bakine naka uto tadongora therefore. Mtawali. Alafu sasa.
Iyo. Where did you get that?
South Africa. When I went to South Africa, they told me, Hellen, we are lab. We'll give you a name, and this name is going to be something else. We don't know whether you know how to do a click sound, but from us, the Bele people and Xhosa, we'll teach you how to pronounce your name. It's called Ngono. Sasa nikikuwa mbali ndio nataka uimagine nitakuwa nataja aje. Hey, niko hebu kuja hapa. Ngono. And Q and the Q. Plus as long as the is the and then it's the Q sound. So Q sound is that's the way they speak. South Africa. When I went to South Africa first time, I went to Pretoria to represent a few people. Now we are going for sing international. I don't know why when we talk about South Africa, immediately the international South Africa comes, and the way they speak English, that's the way they speak it. Don't worry, I speak 16 languages.
16?
Where
did you learn all those?
Yeah. Many. Here in Kenya, I had to learn how to speak different languages because of what I do. If it's to speak to people musically, you learn 20 Kikuyu songs. Who are you? A Kikuyu. You learn 20 Baluya songs. Nani utakuanga nini pas? Tutakuwa tumulebas. Ndio. Kabza. That's how come I learned so many languages. My father also used to love speaking different languages. So I find myself actually being able to speak different languages. Daystar University, where I have studied and also taught, actually gave me that platform because here we attract people from about 45 different countries. So when they come here, part of what we do when we take tea is, how do you say greeting in your language? Buyalapa, uvela ngapi, salbonani.
Which language is that?
That's isiZulu and Ndebele. It's almost related. If you are from Nigeria, I make they speak in capital letters. I will share that because I'm a Luo. Luo ndio akikosengenya mtu anapiga kelele huko. Mera bwana yaka aje bwana. Anani? I want to complain. Nigerians also do the same. We speak from our own diaphragm. Make you hear us speak loudly, like as if you are shouting or but that's our lowest volume now. So this one they speak. I gave me opportunity to go to West Africa because when you speak, I met people in an application called Boom Live from Boom Play. That's how I met these Nigerian people. There are plenty for the place. After that, they told me, hey, make you come our place, so make you come and give you job. I say, okay, make I come and celebrate with you. I found you say, Hellen, you look like Kenyan, but you speak like us. Are you Calabar? I say, hey, make you check if my relatives are inside Calabar place now. That's the way I did. Now, right now, I'm teaching myself how to speak Igbo. Kedi Kimere, Adimoma, Imela, Afrunginanya. Or if you have Nigeria and you're watching me, make you say hi to me. You never worry.
And
I get plenty.
which advantage does a musician who know those several languages
This is the
have?
advantage that when you get to a platform, the other day, we had a performance to an international audience. Do you know I sang this song? Shanika kusukeda, shikio kusu. Mtu kutoka Wajira alisema, yani it, nataka imagine when you go to China and you find a Chinese speaking Korean na utasikia namna gani? Ama upate anaongea Kijaluo bwana, yakure, bi aneka and Chinese. You feel good. So I'm able to actually relate to people at a level that music is what actually opens that door. So I actually even sang Hindu. This Indian had to come from the crowd and come. All the time he was just looking at us and said, professional, fantastic. But the minute I went, wanaonenga na macho. And right now in my school, that's what people do. I make sure that this legacy that I want to leave, I'm actually changing, transforming somebody else's life to make them know the advantage. I want to say the genesis is from Daystar University, where I teach. I've taught here for over 30 years. At the time, Nasaina grew backwards, by the way. Yeah, mini Gen Z. Yeah, I just want you to know that courtesy of Daystar, I have been able to identify that gift. Today, I cannot even say I'm bilingual, probably multilingual, because of the exposure that I received here. And you can't get that in a classroom. No, I just got it in the few minutes that we get for lunch, few minutes that we get, and my dad also was here. And my dad, Washington, Lomera Buana, you are the bestest father I get. He's the one who told me, Hellen, let's do a competition. Today you learn language, tell me the one you've learned. And me, I will showcase the one I've learned. Before we know it, it was a competition that ended up being very fruitful. Today, I am called to do emceeing for international crowds because they know that I'm capable of interpreting or speaking certain languages from them, you know.
So all these languages you learned by yourself?
I learned by myself, at this time.
Not in class?
Not in class. Just by myself, learning the songs. After the songs, I go, so kinga na kome tuna. Hello konini boy, bapasi na bapasi to na botama. Minyo koleleki, nani ako yo kangasi kwe. Na tuni na baninga. So kibazana moto, Awiti na RDC. Jaki nikisikia saeta naongea na Kiswahili yangu hivi yangu ya Kiswahili ya biko hai, biko bien. Zeta niuliza. See, I'm actually even learning the intonation of the language, and that's what we apply in music. You don't want to sing Kikuyu as English. Peterona, Joanne, Makiora, Kionjay. That's not Kikuyu. But if I go with the right intonation, Peterona, Joanna, Makiora, Kionjay, Kamaoya, Dadina, Matare, Nasha, Petera, Kemwera, Okera, Wituare, Definitely, if there's a Kikuyu in the house, they'll get goosebumps and they start wondering, what's happening? He. Washa basi tutafute huyu nani alafu nasi tumpatie kazi. Me, I get a lot of jobs from Kikuyus, courtesy of the fact that me and my brother late we used to speak Kikuyu. We taught each other. Eventually that started opening for me avenues, different avenues.
Okay, Ellen, you've been in this industry for so long and you're still making major moves. We've had people who come to the industry, they stay for 2 months, they eat for 3 months, and then they fade away. We'll come back to that. You tell us your secret, but I want us to make this a little bit systematic. You are this bold child raised in a Christian family. Just tell us, you are bubbly. How was your childhood life?
My childhood life was fun because I was born in the then Africa. What is that now? Kenya. then Kenya Navy Air Force. My father worked there for 17 years, but unfortunately there was a coup d'etat, so we had to leave. But as I grew up, I knew that my father was very bubbly. We used to sing Christmas time. He would become the Father Christmas. We're given gifts and would play around imitating the policemen, doing, etc. Primary school, when I was learning, my mother was a teacher. And as we grew up, my mother used to be very strict to us. And then when she goes, we imitate her. Nimesema watu watoke hapa na waingie. We would imitate her. We love imitating. And my brothers, they are both late, Dan and Naphtali, God bless you, wherever you are. They used to do a lot. Sheng. We used to create Sheng. And then before you know it, everybody just adapts to the language itself. So I really had a fun childhood and grew up also respecting God and knowing God, because my father and mother were in it. That's how I grew up. That eventually when I met Mr. Mtawali, then I had to now become Pentecostal, lile ya kubabble in tongues, etc. Yeah, so my childhood was fantastic. My father used to sing. He teach the choir. Would go with him, and when we go to the choir, I would be that little girl who says, "Umekwenda baba yangu toka hapo, imba, so fungwe mdomo." Daddy amesema hivyo, you know. And I didn't know that I was actually adapting so much. Eventually, I was a choir director. Before I knew it, I was not just
choir director at what age? At what age?
Oh my gosh, I started directing choirs when I was in high school. In high school. Even we used to do high school competitions, and some of the songs I've written will be number one.
But before high school, when did you start singing? Because I saw somewhere you say you started singing when you were not yet born.
Oh, yeah. In my mother's womb, we used to go, Mama, na beatbox, na migu, huko ni kiki, yeah. But I know I almost died at some point from measles. My mother knew that I was gone. But after I there's some bubbles that came to my mother that I came to, and then I sang, Mata umewaka leo, Mata ni kazi ya Yesu, Mata umewaka leo, tuimbe hallelujah, moto. My mother picked me up like this. I was like, hey, my mother was so happy and removed the foam that was in my mouth, and I pondered. I like that. My mother says that I used to love singing a lot. People come to our house. When they come to our house, we sing. And that's what I encourage parents today at Africa Online Vocalists, that I don't just teach one child. If you have many children, we get them all. So that in case there's any visitor who comes, they're doing this together. It has shaped so many families from those who have actually learned from me. And they thank me and say, Helen, God bless you. And I also thank God for that, being able to identify that.
So it's like your parents nurtured your music.
My parents nurtured my music to the letter. Every part of me, I thank my mother, Doris Ateno Molo, and my father, Washington Molo, because God actually used them to do me, to make me what I am and who I am today. I also want to thank God for Chingabura the late. She mentored me. Japheth Kasanga and his wife mentored me quite a lot, because I know how to instruct from an Anglican background to a Pentecostal where people use instruments. I know from I had to find a way to understand that language of music and be able to transfer. Now I understand contemporary music, courtesy of that. Japheth and Anne, thank you very, very much for nurturing my life. I will not forget some of the great people that also have played a big part in my music. That's Dr. Roberta King and Paul Warnock. Dr. Paul Warnock. I went to America and nikaona ameacha music and a truck drive. But I want to say that he played a huge part in making me know and understand how to play instruments. I play all instruments, including some that I play with my mouth. And I learned this from this who taught me at Desa University, Dr. Roberta King, and also Paul Warnock. And here is where I also met Japheth Kasanga. And then as we move on, I want to thank God for my parents who played a huge role, and plus every institution that has interacted with me in different ways. Thank you so much for partnering with me, because through you I have learned quite a bit. I've done so many things with Mark Rogers and wanamziki wengi tu. Right now I'm with Pastor Kevin of JCC Thika, teaching the worship team. Worship teams that have given me opportunity to teach your worship teams, God bless you. Choirs, there was a time it was just a year for choirs, and I'd go choir after choir after choir. Thank you so much, because you've been able to make me actually articulate what I know to help improve your music teams.
Just on the support you received from your parents,
Yes.
there are some parents who try to suppress the talents that their children have.
Yes.
Like, for example, if you have talent in music, they're like, unakuwa mwanamuziki wapi? We want a
thank God
lawyer.
my parents never
We
suppressed.
want a lawyer, we want a doctor, we want an engineer.
Yes.
What would you tell these parents?
Parents, please, it is high time. The conversations and narratives are changing. Music is one of the jobs that actually can change your child's personality. Some parents who came through my program have been able to tell me how now versatile their children are, because versatility is in the art, in music, and is in the art. And also parents who also allow your children to exercise their gifting. Allow them, because in many ways you'll be also changing your environments, the children, the siblings, that their confidence is in a musician. And you'll find out that after allowing your children to be confident in what they do and how they sing, they will affect these ones that are around you. Your siblings, the siblings all will start becoming very courageous. For me, I used to be like our praise and worship leader in the house. Today, all my siblings have art in them. They are artistic. Julie, I know you very well, of Swahiba Networks. Very artistic. Flista, my follower. We were surprised, kabisa. She has gone into cooking, but the way she sets her tables, you can actually tell these ones learned a lot from me. My sister Sarah, who is a farmer, teacher, everything, they are versatile. Because music allows you to become versatile. They say music is multifaceted. Same way music allows, that's why we're called artists, to explore so much around you that you not just depend on one thing. You'll depend on several things to be able to make a living.
Of course, many people I know knew you from the Tusker Project Fame.
Yeah.
At what point did you have a turning point in your music career, if I may
When
say?
I did Tusker Project Fame, at that time, that's 14 years ago, guys. Yeah, people still remember me to date. I knew that I came from a Guatanero background, and Tusker Project Fame was a secular program. My mother told me, you know what? If
What
you
is a
went to Kenya-
Guatanero?
Guatanero is the Togo Kogosa. This is Mokutano.
Oh.
Mokutano ya Wakristo.
Which language is that?
Kikuyu.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the first language I learned.
Okay.
Yes. So I knew that I came from that background where definitely they have strict ways of living. In Nigeria, we call those people deeper life. People are spiritual. What are you going to do in secular world? You are teaching people how to sing secular. Yeah, until I got there. Then I realized, you know what? They need my skill. Tell them you sing well, you don't sing well. I was able to do that. Today, as I speak, by the time I was leaving Tusker Project Fame, the people who are on my environs were not secular people, but Christians. I believe in transformation. You could do one thing that could look so secular, but eventually become something for the sake of Christ, and they'll turn their lives and change for the kingdom.
And was everything people saying about you at that point because you were this Christian person engaging with the
There was even
secular
a TV,
like?
there was even a radio show that they were discussing me. I was in this matatu, and then I hear the Open Hope FM. Then Mrs. Adoyo, is the one who was defending me. I said, hey, sijawahi defendiwa hivyo. Everybody nikifika hata hapa. This time nilikuwa naambiwa, leo umekunywa ngapi? Bwana dada, umekunywa ngapi? Unajua ni Tusker unafanyia kazi. But the thing is, I was like, because they used to shoot and take videos of me off my work time, then I would go and become something for those people who need my help. Anyway, and I decided when Tusker Project Fame came, hapa Desa singeweza kupata nafasi ya kufundisha music because I didn't have the papers. By the time I was done, I had everything I needed. And today, I am proudly a writer of syllabuses for people who are tone deaf, courtesy of what I did at Tusker Project Fame. Because I just walked in as somebody who knew how to speak music, work music, but then I didn't know that kind of secular music or how to work around it. Eventually, I figured it out, and today, many people who don't know how to sing, tone deafs, I am their doctor. I am a doctor to people who don't know how to sing. That's why I came up with this phrase that says, if you can talk, you can sing. Whoever wants to sing, start now, because if anything, in heaven we'll be singing. And let nobody tell you that you cannot sing. It's just a matter of time and a matter of practice. Practice will make you become what you want. Yeah.
Let us talk about that. If you can talk, you can sing.
Yes.
There are celebrities, they just gain celebrity status abruptly.
Yeah.
The next thing they do is they sing, and you are like, my dear, who told you can sing? Because
that means they don't know how to sing.
Like the vocal and everything is just out of place.
Yeah, but these days with AI, you can do anything. Even if you didn't know how to sing, you could ask somebody to sing on your behalf, then you just go and mime. And you still shine. There are people who, when you put them on the studio to sing, they sound horrible. But give them the microphone, they're crowd movers, and vice versa. They don't know how to sing in the studio, or they know how to sing in the studio, but put them in front of people, they get freaked out, and they sing off throughout. All of it is a matter of training. Train. Just give it time, a matter of time. Train, and you'll be surprised at what you can be able to do. In America and in China, people start training when they're very tiny. And in China, when a dog was 2 years old trying to cook chapati, probably using dolls. Before you know it, they actually get great chefs. It's a matter of time, guys. And if you knew that in heaven we would just be nothing but singing, you will start now.
So how do you bring out this singing thing out of somebody who's always off key?
Absolutely tone deaf.
Some of us say our voices are never in the key ones.
Yes.
How do you bring out this talent of singing? Somebody who can
methodology. My method is, first of all, at Africa Online Vocalists, I teach you to teach somebody. Whatever little you know, if somebody comes after you, you teach them. That's confidence. Because when I allow you to share my stage, that means you'll tell somebody what you know the best way possible. We start from that. After shaping somebody's ability to communicate, then we now teach the dynamics of hearing sound rightfully. Once you hear the sound, are able to imitate, we know you're going forward. If you're not able to imitate, then we give you a little more time, and work around you. Stay around us. Get the environment. Some people start listening to music when they're very old. They don't listen to music as they wake up, as they sleep. My daughter listens to music as she sleeps, as she wakes up, so it becomes internalized. Now, for those people who don't listen to music throughout like that, are the ones who end up probably being tone deaf. So you just systematize them, put them in a space where they're able to speak, sing, and talk music throughout. Before you know it, they have it internalized.
And how long does it take somebody who doesn't know how to sing? They come under you for training. How long?
It all depends. That's why I say it's not a question of how much time you need. It's that everybody has different abilities, different time. There are people who listen to music once, they get it. There are people who listen to music. In fact, when I train, I tell people, imitate. So that I can actually tell how much memory, how much you're able to. And that also, by the way, as a way it affects your IQ also positively. That's why musicians are geniuses. You just don't know. They're able to do so much at the same time. So allow a musician to listen and memorize on the spot. Tell them, what did you hear? You're working on their memory. One time I'll come and talk about music and the brain. So you'll get to know. English, I never used to speak English as well, as good I desired, and said, hey, in fact, I used to speak English so you can pass American when we were growing up. Not knowing that one day I'll be so articulate it hurts. Yeah? I'll be so articulate it hurts. So allow your kids to communicate. That's why I start when they come. And it doesn't matter what age, 4 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, come. And as soon as you come, we will learn how to communicate. Learn it. Once you learn it, teach somebody. When you're teaching somebody, you are able to listen to yourself and see. Are you applying vocalizers or what called the vocal glitches? Are you saying or you learn how to communicate. Before you know it, if I start at a low age like that, by the time you're grown up, you're very expressive, a very good communicator. Yeah.
And how can somebody join your school?
Joining my school is easy. 0727980156. I repeat, 0727980156. We will talk. And as I talk to you, I will know your need and see how to help you.
Requirements for somebody to join?
When you want to join my school, as long as you can talk, that's it. As long as you're able to make some form of speech, because we had autistic students, that's what I was able to experience this week. Autistic, schizophrenic, and dyslexic, as long as you can articulate something. Come. Especially those who can't talk. Come. Because music, I have friends who actually stutter, but when you put that in music, they flow. There's beauty and magic in music, but also know God. Because if you know God, He's the ultimate. He's the icing that you require around your life. He protects you and makes you be able to do things that you don't know. Some of them are like miraculous. Know God. Yeah.
And Hellen, did you pursue music in campus?
Yes, I did music here at Daystar University.
That
I
was your
started
first
from
degree?
that was from scratch until eventually I was able to do it at degree level. I started everything from scratch at Daystar University. That's why I thank Daystar to date that Daystar University made me who I am. Being able to exercise excellence, transform people's lives, and be a servant leader. Yes.
This bubbly human being, do you ever have a low moment?
Yes.
Do you ever get sad?
Yes.
And how do you handle it?
Yeah, I get sad when the people that I help in return bash me or they don't appreciate what I do. And yet they become very big. When they become very big, they now realize that I'm the person. Then they don't trace where they've come from. I feel very bad. But in terms of life and bubbliness, I thank God for Christ because He who lives in me is the one who has shaped my life. So I don't allow low moments in my life. Anytime I feel low, I get to the Bible and the Word of God, which encourages me, motivates me. Afrizo, I will never forget you. People and members of Afrizo have been one of the ways that I feel bubbly because there we make music, etc. I have one child called Nema and given to me by Alfred Mtawali. Mtawali bwana, vipi babu? Kiswahili nakwambia, kitukuze manake hapo ndio ulinifundisha na kusikiza wewe.
Ni Mswahili?
So, yes, he's a Swahili, he's a translator. He has a company called Can Translators. So he helps people to get whatever it is, even in the Bible, get it in their original language so that you can be able to understand the Bible deeply. Yes, mtoto wangu Neema babu. Vipi mama? 21 years old now, heading 22. She's my jewel. I have only one child, but then I raise other people's children as well. Because nisema Mungu usipatie wengi sana nikose kufanya kazi yako. And she loves people. She's a people person. Just the other day we did Sarafina with her. She was one of the lead singers. I'm telling you, baka nikasikia sauti ya mtoto wangu nikasema, hey! When I gave birth to her, actually when she was growing up, I knew she was tone deaf. But how it changed, the dynamics changed, and today we did a big show with her, singing one of the very hardest songs, and throughout, sauti yake ikupotea, and I taught the music in Sarafina. I've done several musicals. I'm telling you, music is multifaceted. Music, dance, drama, creativity, and writing. If you learn music, you have all these disciplines accompanying you. 67 jobs. Msiseme hakuna kazi. Wazazi ambao wanakataza watoto kufanya music, you're closing out 67 opportunities. Set them and you'll be surprised.
Yes. How do you complain about you train somebody, they fail to appreciate you? Yeah. They say tenda wema nenda zako.
Tenda wema nenda zako. Sasa unishukuru sawa. Kose kunishukuru sawa zaidi. Yeah.
Okay, and you being this busy, you're a lecturer, training some people, you're also a family. How do you balance all this?
In Daystar, I learned something called, we used to call that class study kills instead of study skills. So from there, what was my take home? That you could actually plan and timetable yourself. Whatever you do, just plan. Put a timetable for yourself. Even time for family, I create it in the timetable so that I have time for them and they appreciate. Plan yourself. If the queen can plan 100 years, why not you? Mtoto mdogo anaweza kuinnovate wa 3 years old. Wangambo ana innovate. Why not you? That's why I love creativity, music for creativity. Na music nakwambia you keep creating all the time. Hii nguo unajua hii koti hii. Ilikuwa si size yangu. Waona nyuma hapo. Kalikuwa kadogo lakini kapenda nikafanyaje? Sijawahi ona buckles kama hizi. Babu nikaikata kwa katikati nikaongeza material. Alafu sasa. Yeah. Creativity call. Musicians are very creative. At a style. At the time I used to put on something here, it was an earring that one of them got lost. Nikaiweka head ring. Yeah, people are very creative. Easy. Hata wameniona kama naziweka kucha babu, hauna pesa, nunua hizo kucha fanya creativity babu, tangara. Wataona pesa nyingi basi nakwambia lakini wewe wajua ni 50 bob.
Speaking on creativity, you can make music out of anything. I mean, give us some music based on what you are seeing right here.
Yes. Oh, for what I've been saying here.
What you are seeing.
What I'm seeing here.
Yeah, in
okay.
environment.
Writing music. Today, the topic is what I'm seeing here. Kwa Kizungu ama Kiswahili nachoona hapa. Ile language itakuja ni sawa. Everybody has something around them. What I'm seeing here, I see a table, table, table. I see a woman, women. I see black chairs and a black blouse and a black coat and a black. I am a black woman. You trust who? Trust a black woman. We're strong. We're creative. We are beautiful because black don't crack.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Hey, and you just come up with music that we can listen to with family members.
Yes, because if you see music as a way to communicate, I teach people the next level for music is communicate musically. Use that tune, but you're actually just telling us what is surrounding you. And you've used a very good example that whatever you see, si akili yangu imeona, na nikaona kuna kiti ya black, nikaona hata kuna mat carpet ya blue, nikaona kuna meza, just put that into a melody. You have a unique sound.
Yeah. I wanted you to comment on something. Yes. Kenyan musicians or the contemporary musicians, they currently use something I would call dirty language in their pieces. Yeah. What would you have to say about
Kenyan
this?
musicians, sikizeni na mjifunze na Watanzania. You don't have to speak ugly or what is that? Vulgar to be able to be appreciated. Sijui nani kawaambia kwamba ukitukana mtu nikicheki kidododondo saa moyo wangu na homa wacha iume tu kweli. Si lazima it's just sad that I've used that as an example, but si lazima utukane mtu. Mlambezi. Sio lazima babu. Ongea tu tumetunga hapa tunga utungi wako na utunzi wako utakuwa appreciated when you actually tell us realities. And I think some of the things that jeopardize Kenyan music and doesn't not take it very far is that vulgar language that you cannot even listen to that music with your parents. In Tanzania, Diamond anaimba vulgar kweli, lakini mbona kaficha? Basi kama lazima utumie feature, tumia neno, inaitwaje? Tumia words, metaphors to be able to express that if you really must. But it doesn't mean that that's what sells. You want to sell, speak to the child all the way, to the grown-up, to the elderly. People are about to die. Sing for them something because they need the music. So you will go very far. But if you just decide to be vulgar, you'll just be moving around circles, speaking to just one click. And after that, what? Kile nakwambia babu, anguka nayo.
Anguke nayo venye anataka. Okay, Hellen, what is that one best moment you've had throughout your career?
Okay, the best moment I've had throughout my career is that time when I had a break. First of all, when I got employed at Daystar University, I felt very good because I felt like, wow, finally in a university, what more would you look for? Fantastic. The Daystar community is also fantastic. I just love Daystar. And that's why I've been here. People change jobs, me, I will never change. You're waiting for me to change and leave Daystar, sorry. I'll leave here when God wants me to leave.
You're the Mugabe of...
Yes, I'm the Mugabe of Daystar. Of course, because Daystar has allowed me to put my arms wherever I need to, but still come here for a springing board. Because most of my mentors are here. Most of the people who talk to me are here. I just love to thank Daystar University. Even for giving us this forum, you know. But who knew that at one time we'd have a fantastic studio? Daystar, you're just the best. The other day, thought about this, I cried. I said, Daystar has allowed me for all these years to be able to touch people's lives, to be able to communicate, because Daystar is known for communication, to go to different TV stations and represent them. I thank Daystar University. Daystar, thank you so, so much. If you are a human being, I would bring milk and tea for you. Useme umeona Yesu. But because Daystar an institution, everybody who goes through Daystar must be super grateful. And for the people that are brought here, whose lives have changed, I just want to reminisce those ones. Thank you so much for allowing them to come here and train and to be able to let their lives touch. Even for me to be seen by Tusker Project Fame, they spoke those little fundamentals that I received here at Daystar University. Now, Tusker Project Fame came in, now KT and I Can Sing came in, and other stations actually get attracted to what I have because I trained here at Tusker University.
Mm-hmm. You don't have a memorable moment working abroad?
Working abroad?
Yes.
Working abroad, yeah. Look at that. They also allowed me to travel to the US.
Mm-hmm.
Wakati nilikuwa nachekelewa kwamba watu wanaenda ng'ambo, niwe wedding ng'ambo, ni nini baya? There's a lady I hosted from China who came and told me, Hellen, you need a passport. You cannot be so gifted without a passport. I got a passport today. I got an invitation the next month. And I did not travel to just one part. They allowed me to travel through our office in Minnesota and Alan Cook. We were able to travel around 28 states. So even ni kama hitting, several birds with one stone. So I traveled through different states in the US. Not once, not twice. Severally. And we could actually just go back. And probably we're also thinking Korea and South Korea. So I want to thank God because I got a springing board. They started making me travel to the US. We send the gift around through music to travel to different places, sing what we know. They love, the Americans love our music. That's when I knew through Roberta King that, by the way, I love your identity because that's what you can actually sell out easily. Lakini siwe Mwafrika ambaye wapenda kizungu sana mpaka tunakwambia imba wafikiria tu Beyonce babu wewe ni Mwafrika. Au Kikuyu kutoka Nigeria na Murang'a. Modo wao kumushi alafu nitorako chance ya kuina radi kuina kidogo ate wewe tatiga. Bala wigie karashi dashitoma mwadi kuna Kenya huko watasikia na wapende. Hata wewe mzungu atasema how come Hellen you are actually singing without touching the keyboard? How do you tune yourself? Sisi tuko na national keyboard ndani ya tubo. Iko tukitaka kuiba inatoka. Yenyewe I don't have to cue or tune people. I start singing and people join me. Yeah.
What's the biggest amount umekuwa nayo? You've ever
biggest
gotten?
amount like 7 pesa ngapi maana mtanipata.
Hapana.
But the hugest I received from Tusker Project Fame when I was working as principal, also started out as a vocal coach. I saw money that I had never seen before. And I want to thank EABL. Later on, I started going to on YouTube, Youth TV. I did Premier Voice, which was like Premier, The Voice, but done by under Premier. And then I did KTN. I can sing several KTN pesa mzuri nakwambia. Then gani tena nimefanya mingi also now from Africa online vocalist that I train people in different parts of the world. It's online. Umesikia online. Na maanisha kwamba ukitandani bado waenda class wakubali kufundishwa. Uko pale kwenye dance yako bora uko na earphones. Life happens. Yeah.
Umetoka Tusker Project, you are in KTN Youth TV.
Yeah.
Every part of your journey you have a job.
Yes.
Umewahi sota?
Kusota? Msoto is that's kawaida. Mimi hata nishasota mpaka nikatafuta ile pesa nilipatiwa sijui na neighbor nilirushanga nikapata nikasema that's it. Na hiyo ikamota. What you sota to there are moments where you actually have zero. But the thing is I was taught by the Kikuyu to invest. So I have several ways to invest in people as well. Me, I'm a humanitarian. If I invest, I might invest actually on items, but also invest in people. So utapata leo nimepata Elimbui. Hebu kunywa kasoda. Siku moja Elimbui atanipigia wakati nahitaji hiyo pesa kwa udi na uvumba. Yeah. So when I invest in people, I have seen the fruits. Even today, I'm going to the US and I have a deficit of an amount. All people are sending me is 1,000 shillings. I'm telling you, I have already met part of what I want in one day, which I would not have done that because I invest in people.
So it's very important for somebody to invest in people. And Hellen, you've stayed in the industry for so long. Unlike other artists who come, they eat for 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, and then their wave ends. Yes. What is the secret?
Secret is love God, because God will give you essence. And in His presence, you'll see why you live. Identify your purpose for life. My purpose is in music. So I have had it all. My purpose in music means I need to, I will not regret. It's a music venture. I will do it wholeheartedly. Lakini wasiofanya wholeheartedly, italema. So do whatever you do. If you landed in music, do it wholeheartedly. And you'll actually never regret why. Find God, because God will give you the purpose for your life. And your purpose for your life is your motivation for your products.
And as we are heading towards our conclusion, I want you to speak to us about your upcoming South Africa tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I, through Facebook, met a guy called Rhino Davidson. Rhino Davidson is the founder of Ryco TV, as well as under Ryco, we have a TV station, but also a show called Sing Gospel. His interest is to allow musicians who are singers in the gospel area. So singers who know God to be able to blossom and bloom up. So we partnered together. We started out some different branches in every part of the globe, but we thought we were getting shallow. So we decided this year, we're going to do Kenya, Namibia, and South Africa to recognize and to celebrate those who are causing impact in the different countries. So I have been given an opportunity to actually celebrate with some of the Kenyans who are causing great impact and change in people's lives, transforming people's lives through music, but in the gospel field. Therefore, today, we are actually talking about a trip to South Africa, which will be on November 30th into December 6th. On Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, we shall be at, where will it be? George. We'll be at George. And then on Saturday, we will be at Neisner. I didn't even know that it's pronounced as Neisner. And then on Sunday, we shall be at Port Elizabeth. All right, guys, if you're in South Africa, as I said, my former and late sister, Miriam Makeba, find us there. Everybody has different ways. Come and let's celebrate these Kenyans there, because we find Namibians to celebrate. We'll find South Africans to celebrate. We'll find Kenyans to celebrate. Those who have been making impact and transforming people's lives.
We are right here with the African online vocalist, a team trained by Hellen Mtawali on music. Some are able differently, but they are doing music so perfectly. So they will soon go to South Africa for certain award. They will tell us what the award entails and what they are expecting in the near future. How are you?
We are fine. We are fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine too. Maybe you can introduce your team.
They can introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm 18 years old.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. And
Your name? Your name? Unaitwa nani? Joshua.
yeah, and my name is Martin Kilavi. All from Oshidis Disability Africa, and we work with, rather they train with the African online vocalists under Hellen Mtawali. Yes.
So for how long have you been training under Hellen Mtawali?
It's been a while. I think this is our second year, and we've seen tremendous. We experienced tremendous improvement in terms of music and dances. Yeah, Sarah here is able different, and Joshua, they have autism, they have schizophrenia, they have dyslexia. However, they have surpassed all that, and here we are today, ready to fly to South Africa to receive our awards, or rather the awards. They were nominated in the Sing International Awards. For the great work that they have done. Yes.
So which category specifically were they nominated in?
They just competed like any other person. No special category. No, because Sing International Awards is an inclusive event. So they feature people who are able different. However, they competed like any other person, and they emerged winners. Yeah.
And maybe just to be clear, what is the name of this award?
The name of this award is Sing International Awards. Yes, it involves South Africa, Kenya, and competitors from Namibia. Yes, and very soon, I think after this, then other countries are joining. Yes.
And maybe before they show us how they sing, how they dance, have they ever been nominated for any other award before?
No. This is our first award nomination that they got, and we are super excited. We are super excited. Yeah, it's a big milestone. Looking at the fact that these two have got multiple disabilities, which are categorized as intellectual disabilities, and they have conquered. And today, here they are. We are proud of them. Yeah.
Okay, you've said you will soon go to South Africa. Maybe give us an exact
Not
date.
soon, in a month's time.
In a month's
In a month's time, we are there. In a month's time, we are going to St. George. We are going to Nai. We are going to Port Elizabeth. We'll be there. Yeah, representing the country, Kenya, and representing the community for the disabled. Yes.
So it means this award has other countries from abroad. We have contestants.
Yes, absolutely. We have Namibians on board, we have South Africans on board, and very soon, like I said before, we will have other countries joining. Yes, it's a super international event. Yes.
And maybe now I just want them to show us their talent. They're able differently, but they can do this perfectly. So I'm just going to give them time to show us what they can do. So maybe you can sing for us.
Hi guys, my name is Sarah. I'm 18 years old. I'm singing the song of "Oh Be Lifted." Oh, be lifted above another gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above another gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we bless your name. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, glorious God, we bless your name. We lay our crowns and worship you. Thank you.
What a talent.
Yeah.
Maybe you can show us. Yes.
Tujenge mazoea safi yenye kupenda neno la Mungu, tuepuke dhambi kwa wepesi sana, tuweni na utu safi, mawazo ya kuleta heri, tupendane na tuwe shwari sana. Tujenge mazoea safi yenye kupenda neno la Mungu, tuepuke dhambi kwa wepesi sana, tuweni na utu safi, mawazo ya kuleta heri, tupendane na tuwe shwari sana. Ni yeye Mungu wangu wetu, ni yeye atupenda watu wake, ni yeye Mungu wangu wetu, ni yeye atupenda watu wake.
Now, this is the second group of African online vocalists going to South Africa for an award. They're going to tell us more about this, just as the other group did. So, how are you?
I'm very fine.
What's your name?
My name is Hellen Mtawali, but they call me as the psalmist, the Eli. Eli the psalmist.
I can see you have your colleague. What's your name? Hi.
My name is Irene Anyango, commonly known as Nyarjo Karuth. Yes, I am a gospel artist. Yes.
For how long have you been under Hellen Mtawali, being taught how to sing and matters to do with music?
I've been with her for about 2 years. Yes, and Madam Hellen Mtawali has really mentored me, and she's an answered prayer in my life. Wow. She's made me to be who I am today, as in she's worked on my vocals and she's taught me how to sing. So I am a beneficiary of Africa Online Vocalists. Yes.
And then for you, how long have you been here with Hellen Mtawali doing music and just being taught on your vocals and everything?
I have known Hellen since my childhood because she trained my parents also. And out of that, when I saw my parents growing out of the music, I also desired to be in that. Then I was the first group when she started with African Online Vocalists.
That is which year?
That was in 2020 during the Corona time. So that's the time that we came to even be able to learn more. And then one thing I came to learn was that music you will learn every day. You do not learn one single day. You learn new things every single day. Yes.
And what is that one thing you cherish most under Hellen?
One thing I love so much about her is that she has a heart that is as white as a cotton. Yo, ni kama Kijaluo, it's like yes, she does not segregate. She does not have her best and the worst. Everybody is the same. Personally, I am in this group because of her very kind heart. I wrote my first song when I was in my lowest moment. And I used to tell God that, God, if you take me out of this quagmire, I will let the whole world know ni Yesu Nyalo. Yesu Nyalo means Jesus is able. So when the storm was over, I wrote the song and I was wondering, how will I let the whole world know? And when I came in contact with Madam Hellen Mtawali, she has done exactly what I asked God. And now I'm a nominee of the Sing International Awards. I am going to let the whole world know. She's Madam Hellen Mtawali, in conjunction with Davidson Rhino, have given me a stage to let the whole world know that Yesu Nyalo. Yes, so I'm very excited. Yeah.
And then for you, what is that one thing you love most under Hellen Mtawali?
One thing, and I've learned from her and actually has inspired me. Hellen, she's one person with a big heart, and she has a heart for everyone. She occupies anybody that comes into her life. Children, even my own child, I've taken to her that she's able to train her, and she does not care what your voice is. She'll take it the way it is and groom you to the perfect. And now going for this award was one of the biggest things, because some of us, we are not recognized. We are just behind the scenes. And because she has seen some of us growing out of it, and we have loved her passion because she wants people to go widely. She does not look for big people with big names. She looks at the smaller people, shows you can be able to groom them. And that's one thing I have loved out of her, and which now has really encouraged me, even for going this award to under the Rhino TV, which has really been able to now taken us to another level that we never expected. We are not recognized here within Eastern Africa. We are just recognized in South Africa. People even we have never met. But through Hellen, she has enabled us to be connected with them. Yes.
Now, about the awards, when are you leaving Kenya for South Africa?
We are leaving Kenya in South Africa in the late of November. That is on date of 29th. We shall be there for 1 full week, where we shall be doing visiting into 3 towns. That is, we're going to be at the Port Elizabeth, we're going to be at Durban, and we're also going to be at Georgetown. Yes, those are the towns that we're going to be visiting, and also getting the experience of also South Africa. South Africa is a town with singing. They love singing. So we are going to have great time there. Yes.
And I understand you've been nominated, the two of you.
Yes.
Does it mean you both do music, the same genre, or how was it?
No. We are doing different. Personally, I sing in Kijalu, in my mother tongue. Yes, so my songs are majorly done in mother tongue, and maybe he can talk about himself. Yeah.
Okay, for my side, me, I do worship. I'm a worshiper. That's why they call me Eli the Psalmist. I do worship, I do praise. And apart from that, because through Hellen, she has enabled me to be able to teach others to be worshipers. Because now most of the churches of today, they just sing for the sake of singing, but they don't understand what is true worship. So I teach people about worship. I train people about worship. I make sure they understand what is worship. Even as they go to the altar, they know what they are doing, not just doing sarakasi of what is happening in the churches of today. So what I do, I take people, I help the churches, I help the team that is there, groom them, be able to build them together. Through Madam Hellen. Sometimes I take even Hellen herself, I call her, where are you, Mama? Come, help us on this. And we have done several events together with her. And it has been a very great experience. Yes.
So it means you've been nominated as African Online Vocalist, not independently.
Actually, not in, because we have in different categories of people. There are different categories of people. There are people now for her side, she's presenting the Luo people. Me, I'm presenting on the worship, the entire team of worship. There's another group presenting the Kikuyu people, like my brother Martin also is presenting with the children, that people with disabilities, and we are trying to be able to give people the awareness of it. We have different categories, but there's another people from Coast also. They are all different kind of categories that we are going, not only one particular ways.
Now it's very clear. So what support would you want from people who are watching this?
I would like to request for financial support, and also I can be reached on my YouTube channel, Irene Nyarjokaruoth, Facebook Nyarjokaruoth, Instagram Irene Emmanuel. Yes.
Okay. Any support you need apart from what she has stated?
People can be able to support us, especially for the entire team, not only me alone as individually. Even for me, I'll need that support. But financially, we need, because we need that's the transportation to go. We need that transport to be for us, people for the return ticket, people who are really in need of that. So we are trying to help one another as a team. Number one. Number two, also people can be able to look at our pages, because everyone will look at the pages. Like me, in all my social media, like the YouTube, the Facebook, they can reach me via called Eli the Psalmist. They can watch it through me, that channel. They can go to TikTok as at Mwarush. They can be able to see that, so as they can be able to see what people are doing outside. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, and we wish you all the best in this. We wish you all the best as you go to South Africa, and we pray that you will come back with that award.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Those musicians who have been singing and you think that you're not making your break, Kumbuka Africa Online Vocalists, come to us. We will identify your gift. That's why we're celebrating these ones who have never been celebrated. Also, don't give up if Jesus did not give up. Who are you to give up? Push on. One day, your day of celebration will come.
An advice to a young woman trying to make it. Things are not working.
The young men who are trying to make it, don't go for music because of what you can get. The money is. You will have hit. What is that? A blank or blatant, Just go for the music, for the love of it, and for the passion, because that will be your drive. And then remember God, because God gets you different networks. Ushawahi lala njaa, ukapata hakuna food, umeweka maji na una imani kwamba kuna mtu atakuja. Alafu mtu agonge mlango, awe amekuja na unga, awe amekuja na chai, awe amekuja na vitu za kukutia kwa hiyo maji, iwe ni chakula. Ndugu yangu, imani itakupeleka mbali. Lakini usiwe mtu wa give up. People who give up have conversations that kill the heart. Never give up. Just do you and involve God. He will bring the right people at the right time.
I can't end without saying this.
Yeah?
I love your green eyes.
Yes.
And that's the first thing I noticed, because you've always highly spoke about them.
About who?
Your eyes.
My eyes?
Yeah.
These ones are original. 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 Sukizo na mona original. Hii ni original na kwambia ingekuwa ni mbaya ama nizeza kuweka zingekuwa zishaanguka. My father has these eyes. My late grandmom also had them. They say if I give birth to a baby boy, he will have them. Lakini poleni sana juu nimemaliza hiyo chapter ya kuzaa sizai tena.
Uliogopa?
Miaka mingi sana. Wala kwanza nielewa kama nimeshalewa. Sasa hizi masho ati ndio niende ati kai kana tafuta kijana tafadhali mniashe. Hapo hapo.
So now I say to your fans. Yes, I will say to your fans.
Wanaonitazama na nitazama kweli, mimi nataka niwaambie hakuna Mungu kama yeye. My fans, thank you for being around me and always touching and tapping for me. But just remember that I might not be the person to give you what you want, but God sees you. Just go on and go on loving me. It will transcend beyond ages and years. Kile umenipa mimi leo utakuwa umeinvest. Baadaye Mungu atakuletea mingi ya mingi, mpaka atakuletea mpaka wewe mwenyewe uanze kusema baba imetoka wapi? Kumbe ni hiyo vile ulifanya umeinvest kwangu. So kio invest dollar see God atafanya kwamba itakuwa ripple effect baadaye ukiwa muuze. Wale wali invest kwangu bote Mungu anawasawazishia na waletelezea Kiswahili atawaletea yote mpaka utastukia kama uko mbali. Leo ni baada ya kufanya TV, kuna mzungu mmoja amechukua yote akatengeneza nayo tena yake. Sasa akatengeneza documentary yake, kumaanisha kwamba ukiinvest and if you do it and wewe manenda zako, God now brings people who do even what you never could find. And that's the God I serve. That if you actually invest in me, you are investing in a lot. Invest in a woman, you are investing in a whole nation. Sisemi kuinvest in a man ni mbaya. Hata ukipia unaweza invest. But I'm saying the minute you tap and listen to this whole video, you don't know what you could be doing to yourself. You could just find your help.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was our conversation with the legendary Hellen Mtawali. Ningewaimbia pia, lakini I need to join the African online vocalist first before nichome. And for you struggling with singing, you've heard how you can join her team and get trained on singing and everything to do with music. Tell us what you picked from this interview. And remember, if you have a story, WhatsApp me on 0797227185. And you could be the next guest on our bench. Until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you. Asante.
We touch, we break, make it seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate.
Midea TV, spilling the tea, setting the trends.